Alright, so this video is going to be a lot different than our usual hunting and fishing videos. But the other day, I was watching this TV show where a guy goes and looks for extinct animals. And he came to Florida and he was looking for either a black panther or a black wolf. There's a lot of black panther sightings in Florida, and he assumed that it was the extinct black wolf. I had never knew that Florida had black wolves. I had never heard of it until I watched that TV show. And I've lived here my whole life. When I seen the pictures that he was posting, I was thinking, I seen a black canine about 3 years ago, and I actually got a recording of it on my phone. Here's the footage. Now, the footage wasn't all that great because I was driving and I seen it come out in the road. I got a really good look at it. It stopped in the road and looked at me and then proceeded to go across the road. And I was trying to get my phone out, and by the time I got the phone out, he was headed off the road. That's why I only got him going across. But I looked up the definition of a black wolf, like its features, and it said it had some white around his nose and a little bit of white on his chest. And I remember that one having a little bit of white around his nose. I don't quite remember his chest, though, being so long ago. But it was really dark colored, too. It wasn't all that great big, though. It looked like a regular-sized coyote, but the black wolf wasn't that much bigger than a black coyote. So I was thinking, how many other people have seen black canines in the woods while they were out hunting or just looking around and assumed it was a black coyote? Because that's what I did. I'd never heard of the black wolf. So I started asking around a bunch of people that have lived here their whole lives to see if they'd ever heard of the black wolf and if they'd ever seen any black canines around here. And I asked about 10 people, and 8 of them had seen what they said was a black coyote at some point. And none of them, ne'er a single person, I've asked even more people about the black wolf if they'd ever heard of it. No one has. No one. So that's crazy to me that maybe they could still be out there and just nobody knows what they are. They just assume that they're black coyotes. Maybe it's just this area that don't know about it. Maybe it's the whole state. I'm not sure. But I know there's black dogs out in the woods, and they could just be black coyotes. But I think it's worth looking into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the area where I seen that black canine, which was 3 years ago. So he may not even be anywhere near there. He might be dead. There's no telling. But I'm going to go look. I'm going to go set out some trail cameras and try to bait him up. It's right on the border of state land and a club I'm in. And that state land is big, and there's places in there that don't have roads, and it's real swampy. There's pretty good area for an animal to hide in like that, and that would probably be the better place to look for them. But I'm not allowed to bait in there, and it's kind of hard to get predators on camera like that. Coyotes especially are really particular about that. I only get like 1 or 2 coyote pictures all year, and I run my game cameras probably 4 or 5 months a year. Only get like 1 or 2 coyote pictures, and most of the time is them running away from the camera after they see it. So the baiting's probably going to be the best way to do it. I can do it in the club land that borders it. So we're going to start off doing that and see if we can't locate that black dog. Hopefully, it's not a wild goose chase. But if there's even a small chance that there's an extinct animal out there, we're going to look for it, see what we can do. Alright, so me and Maya are out here. We're actually about half a mile from where I spotted it crossing that main road. The only issue is it was coming out of the hunting club we're in, so we're allowed to bait coyotes in here. But in the state land, that's where it went into. On the other side of the road is state land. We ain't allowed to bait in there. And the spot that I really think it would have a good chance of staying in is actually in the state land. The opposite direction, though, there's a bunch of state land on the other side, and there's not many roads that go in it, and there's a bunch of country in there. Feels like that would be the most likely spot for him to be hanging out at, but we can't really bait in there, and it's kind of hard to get him on camera without bait. I've never really got many coyotes on camera, and there's tons of them out here. So we're going to set out 2 cameras in the club right here by where we seen it. And we ended up getting a feral hog carcass. So we're going to split it up between 2 different spots. We're going to see what we can get on camera. All right, this is the spot. I actually wanted to pick a spot with a little bit of underbrush that I could slide the carcass under, because buzzards would see it pretty easily in these open pines. They're not real open pines, but they're pretty open in here. I know the coyotes like to wander around in these open pines at night. And according to what we know about the wolf, it liked the open prairies, and I'm guessing open pines about the same thing, really. It's pretty open. So I got the camera set right there. Gonna drag it right up under there. We're gonna see what we can get. We got one more spot to go check out. Put a camera up. We'll be done. All right, this is spot number 2. Gonna put the camera right there. We cut off some pieces of that hog carcass, the back end, and then I got a couple freezer burnt pork chop packs we gonna throw out here. Just the pork chops. Gonna put them under this tree, kind of hide them from the buzzards a little bit. We're probably gonna have some buzzard pictures anyway. I got the cameras on record. We're gonna leave them out about a week. I don't feel like this bait's gonna be good for real long, so a week seems about like the right amount of time. There's nothing but miles and miles of these open pines in here. And if they like that kind of territory, there is plenty of it over here. Maya's struggling over there. You know, we could look for tracks, try to find a bigger size coyote track. There's a healthy population of coyotes around here. But they also hog hunt around here this time of year with dogs. So even if we did find a bigger dog track, you really wouldn't be able to tell nothing. There's plenty of dog tracks in this area. Doesn't look like there's been much traffic in here though, from the looks of the roads. Hopefully we get something on camera. We're gonna have to wait a week and see. All right, me and Maya are back out here about to go check the cameras. It's been exactly a week. I didn't figure that carcass would be good bait for any longer than that. It probably, with how hot it is, it's miserably hot. It probably didn't take it long to rot. Hopefully something found it first. I know the buzzards probably did. Hopefully they didn't find it before everything else did though. Well, that's where the carcass was laying, and there is not even a sign of it being there. Hope they didn't drag it off too fast. Let's see what we got. All right, I got the little card reader. We're gonna see what we got. There's 22 videos on here. It's a good sign. Some kind of predator dragged that body off, so let's see what we got. Well, there was one injured coyote. He had a real bad limp to him, and he never left that thing until it was gone. I don't think he was the one who drug it off. I don't think he had the power to do it. Bunch of regular coyotes are baiting them up. Worked. Just didn't get a picture of that black dog I seen. Hope he's still around here. We got one more camera to check. And since this one was pretty successful catching predators, we'll see what the other one's got. Well, this one's gone too. Put it under that tree right there. All right, so the second camera, there was no bait left there, and then the card reader would not read it for some reason. It said it was corrupted, so we had to bring it back to the house, put it in a laptop, and look at the footage there. And I think it was the first night, or pretty early on, a boar hog found it and ate everything. So that's all we got on camera was a boar hog. And then we got a doe walking past randomly during the week. But so that camera was pretty disappointing. We did get coyotes on the first one, so that's a good sign. Our baiting worked. We just didn't get the right creature. We're going to have to try it again, and I'm going to keep asking around and see if I can find a spot where someone else seen one, maybe more recent than the one I seen, because that would probably be a little better. But we're not going to give up. And there's definitely going to be a part 2, maybe a part 3. I didn't expect to find anything in the first week. That would have been extremely lucky. So we're just going to keep at it, see if we can't make something happen. Hopefully somebody else knows something and we can get some information. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all liked the video.